This is probably the same hoodie from yesterday. I'm not sure. This is my favorite hoodie because it's large and it says bad words on it. Not family friendly, PG clean. Despite that very light-hearted intro, I've got a bit of a sad story for you here today. It does reference topics without mentioning by name, and I will not go into detail. So if you cannot handle that today, which is completely understandable, feel free to click off right now and I'll catch you tomorrow. Living with my conservative grandparents for a month had a massive toll on my mental health. Before I lived with them, my mum was threatening me ever since I left school to make me live with my grandparents. Eventually, when she finally kicked me out, I had to live with them for a bit while I didn't have a house, because they live in a place that doesn't have a rental housing crisis like where I used to live. I was always so sure that I wasn't going to survive living at their place, and to tell you the truth, I almost didn't. For a whole month, being dead named and misgendered all the time, and I had to force myself not to recoil, really conditioned me. I got really used to it. It just made me think that these guys, I'll never be a boy. So these guys knew my mum had outed me to them quite a few years earlier, but they'd never mention it. From my assumption, they refused to accept it. One of my cousins is actually FTM as well, and the only time they couldn't refuse it is when he showed up to Christmas with a full-on beard. Whenever there was something gay or queer in the news, they would scoff and mute it and then not talk about it. They're also anti-vaxxers now. Yeah, before the pandemic, they were totally fine with vaccines. You know, they thought that they were good, which they are, by the way. Get yourself educated, educate yourself. They did make me go to church 3 times. You know, it was kind of hard sitting down in a room for 2 hours, occasionally getting up to sing a song that was, God is a gracious King. The Reverend would keep saying about how Christians are becoming extinct and everybody's converting to atheism, and they need to get the youth back in the church. A lady who collected my email from me for a newsletter, thank God, lost it because I haven't received one. Yes, they couldn't mention being trans in my face at all. But over the phone, a week after I moved out, my grandma said that she loves me, but I shouldn't do anything irreversible or I'll regret it. Before I lived with them, I was 3 months clean. Okay, and on that note, I'm gonna finish. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening to me, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.